My darlings, today I am going to give you a secret. The secret to 40 years of marriage. And this secret is much simpler than you think. My darlings, let me tell you something. When I married Chester at 30 years old, I thought I knew what marriage was. I was wrong. Marriage is not a feeling. Marriage is a decision. A decision made fresh every single morning. And for 40 years, every single morning, I made that decision. I chose Chester again and again and again. Now, let me tell you the things that made that decision easier. The first secret, understanding. My darlings, being understanding does not mean agreeing with everything. Chester and I have not agreed on everything. We never have. But we have always tried to understand each other. Always. I tried to understand why Chester thought the way he did. He tried to understand why I thought the way I did. And that ended so many arguments before they even began. One day, Chester said something to me that was very frustrating. He wasn't even right, but I stayed quiet. And I thought about it for hours. Why does he think this way? What is he seeing that I am not seeing? And that evening, before we went to sleep, I understood. He was not right, but I understood why he thought he was. And that understanding kept us together that night. The second secret, give your man responsibility. My darlings, this is very important. Listen to me carefully. When a man does not feel responsible for his home, he starts to disappear, slowly, without even realizing it. I always gave Chester responsibility. The big decisions were his. Certain things in our home were his. Certain burdens of our family were his. And Chester carried those burdens with pride because he felt that I trusted him. When a woman tries to do everything herself, what she is telling the man is this: I don't need you. And when a man feels he is not needed, he withdraws. Give them responsibility. Trust them. They will make mistakes, but they will grow. The third secret, respect. My darlings, respect comes before love. I did not always love Chester with the same intensity. In a marriage, feelings come and go. That is normal. But my respect for him never faded, not once. I never humiliated him, not between us, not in front of others. When he did something wrong, I told him by talking, not by tearing him apart, because disrespect is the wound in a relationship that heals the slowest. The fourth secret, build shared hobbies. Chester loves reading. I didn't, not in the early years, but I wanted to understand his love for it. I wanted to enter his world. Now we read together every week, the same book, and at dinner we talk about that book. This seems like a small thing, but this small thing brings us a little closer every single week. Have a world that belongs just to the two of you. Not just the children, not just the house, just the two of you. The fifth secret, and perhaps the most important one, never lose yourself. My darlings, when you get married, do not give everything away. Not all of it. Keep a part of yourself for yourself. Have your own friends. Have your own hobbies. Have your own dreams. I love Chester very much, but I exist too. Loretta exists. I am not only Chester's wife, and Chester knows this. And that is why, after 40 years, he is still curious about me, because I am always a surprise. The man who loves you, when he is afraid of losing you, shows you his very best self. Do not disappear, my darlings.
Well, Loretta is right about all of it. But let me tell you something. When I met Loretta, I had met the most difficult woman of my life, and I knew it from the very first week. Why did I continue? Because I had also met the most interesting woman of my life. Loretta was never easy. Easy women make you comfortable, but what is comfortable does not make you grow. Loretta made me grow. She has been making me grow for 40 years. Sometimes it is frustrating, but it is always right. Let me tell you something. It was the 5th year of our marriage. I was going through a very difficult period in my career. I had made a serious mistake, and when I came home, I did not want to tell Loretta, because I wanted to appear strong. I thought that was what a man was supposed to do. But Loretta looked at my face, and she asked, "What happened?" "Nothing," I said. She looked at me, that look of hers. 5 seconds later, I had told her everything, and Loretta said one thing: "All right, we'll figure it out." She did not make me feel small. She did not panic. She just stood beside me. That day I understood. The right woman is the woman who makes you feel stronger, even when you are at your weakest. Let me tell you one more thing about Loretta. This woman never forced me to be someone different from who I am. She wanted me to be better, always, but not different. And that difference is enormous. Someone who loves you for who you are, motivates you to become better, does not force you to become someone else. Now let me tell you something ridiculous. In the 15th year of our marriage, Loretta said one day, "The thermostat in this house is always too warm." And I said, "No, it isn't." This argument lasted 2 weeks. 2 weeks over a thermostat. And what happened in the end? Loretta was right, of course, as she always is. The most important thing I have learned in 40 years is this. If I had learned to accept that Loretta was right a little sooner, my life would have been much easier. My darlings, Loretta taught me this. Marriage is not the union of two perfect people. It is two imperfect people completing each other. I know Loretta's imperfections. She knows mine. And for 40 years, we have been loving each other's imperfections. That is all. And buy flowers once in a while. For no reason at all. Trust me, it works every time.
Chester said many things. I would not have told the thermostat story myself, but never mind. I was right. Now I want to tell you something deeper. In a marriage, there are hard times. There always are. We had them too. The exhaustion of raising children, financial struggles, illness, loss, periods when we could not agree, periods when we could not even see each other clearly. And in those periods, one question always came to my mind. Is this man the right one for me? My darlings, asking that question is normal. Every married person asks it. But for me, the answer was always Chester. Why? Because Chester stayed during the hard times. He did not run. He did not disappear. He did not leave because I went quiet. He was there when I was strong, and he was there when I was not. And that is the greatest secret of 40 years. Who stayed during the hard days? That answer tells you everything. My darlings, I want to say one last thing. Finding the right person is not enough. You also have to be the right person. Being Loretta was not always easy. I made mistakes too. I did things wrong too. I apologized too. I grew too. I grew inside this marriage. I grew because of Chester. And today, at 70 years old, I am a much better woman than the Loretta who was 30. Because Chester was beside me for 40 years. I want this for you. Look at your relationship and ask yourself, is this person growing beside me? Am I growing beside this person? If the answer to both is yes, do not let go, no matter what. Do not let go. My darlings, the secret to 40 years is this. Choose again every single day. Make that decision again every single morning. Now write it in the comments. What is the secret to a long-lasting relationship for you? I will read every single one. See you in the next one, my darlings.